Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Dear students, welcome you all in Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. Today is our 19th video lecture, and this is for grade 7 students, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Rosia Imran, your mathematics teacher. Unit 6 we already started in video number 18, and exercise 6.1 we already done. Now today we are going to start exercise 6.2. Ratio and proportion we already studied it in the previous classes, and also we discussed it in our previous lecture. Today we have given the values in form of ratio, and we are going to find the unknown value of the variable, the unknown variable value. If you look at question number 1, you have given find the value of m. If you check, the first left hand side is given 13:3 equal m ratio 6. You know that if you have given any value in form of ratio, so you can write it in form of fraction. So 13, when you write it in form of fraction, the first value will come in the numerator and the second value will come in the denominator. So 13/3 equal, and this m ratio 6, we can write m/6. Now remember one thing, if you have two fractions and in between these two fractions you have equal sign. Fraction means the value which having numerator and denominator, and in between them you have equal sign, then you solve it by cross multiplication. Cross multiplication means the first ratio, first fraction numerator multiply with the second fraction denominator, then equal sign, then the first fraction denominator multiply with the second fraction numerator. So 13 multiply with 6 equal sign, then 3 multiply with m. You are going to find the value of m. 13 multiply 6, when you multiply it with 6, you get 78. And equal sign 3 multiply m, one is the variable and other one is digit, so you can't multiply it, you just write it 3 multiply m. You are going to find the value of m. So 3 is multiplying here, when shifted at other side it will be divided. So when 78 you divide it with 3, so m is equal to 26. You will get the value of m. If you check this exercise 6.2, question number 1 having 6 parts. In all parts you have one value, m is unknown, and the 3 values are given. So the fraction, the ratio, you write it in form of fraction, and then you do cross multiplication, and after cross multiplication these two values multiply, and the value which multiply with the variable shifted at other side, it will be divided. Now the simple calculator, so many students ask in message that is it calculator allow in class 7th or not. So simple calculator, not scientific, the simple calculator is allowed in class 7th first term exam, so you can use simple calculator, and now this will be more easy for you. Easily you can divide 78 by 3 with calculator and you get 26. So 3, if you do it directly, 3 2s are 6, 1 carry, it become 18, 3 6 are 18, so 26 you get. Now come to the fifth part, second, third, fourth, same, in the same way. You write it first the ratio which is given in form of fraction, and then you do cross multiplication. You can easily solve it. Inshallah, there will be no problem. You can do second, third, and fourth part by yourself. Come to the fifth part. Fifth part is, why I am solving fifth part here? Because second, third, and fourth is same as 1. In fifth part, the values are given in form of decimal, in form of point. That may be due to point you confuse. That's why I'm solving the fifth part. Otherwise, the method is totally same as part 1. So 0.21 ratio 6.3 is equal to 0.06 ratio m. Now in this again, you write the first ratio in form of fraction, the first value in the numerator, and then divide the second value in the denominator. Here equal sign, not ratio. Here is equal sign, by mistake it's written, wait, I'll change it. It's equal sign, not ratio. By mistake I put ratio. So now second right hand side, 0.06 divided by m. Again you do cross multiplication. Then first value numerator multiply, the first fraction numerator multiply with the second fraction denominator, 0.21 multiply with m, and the first fraction denominator 6.3 multiply with the second fraction numerator 6.3 multiply 0.06. This is called cross multiplication. When you have two fractions, in between two fractions you have equal signs, so you solve it by cross multiplication. Now you know that this is the variable and this is digit constant, so you will write it as it is, and these two you multiply. 6.3 multiply 0.06 with your calculator, you will get 0.378. 0.21 is multiplying with m. Remember one thing, you are going to find the value of m, so any value which is multiplying with m, you shift it at other side. That value, you know that algebraic rule, if any value multiply at one side, when you shift it at other side, it will be divide. So you divide it by 0.21. So when you divide, you will get the value of m, that is 1.2. So this is the fifth part of question number 1. The remaining part, sixth part, second, third, fourth, and sixth, you do it by yourself. Method is just like part 1 and part 5. I hope you can easily solve it. Now come to question number 2. Question number 2 is, remember one thing, in exercise 6.2, the included questions are question number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The first 5 questions are included. Look, I'll mention here, no problem. So according to SOS, question number 1, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 5 included in SOS scheme of studies according to your syllabus. These questions are included. Okay. So according to SOS, question number 1, 2, so in this exercise, first 5 questions are included. In first part, in first question, you have 6 parts, 2 parts I solve here. In the same way, you do the remaining parts. Now come to the question number 2. In question number 2, what you have given, what is the fourth proportional of 2, 5, and 6? Means that you have given the proportional value. Proportional value is the first value A ratio B, then proportion sign. Proportion signs are these 4 dots. These 4 dots, proportion sign, and then the third one value C, and fourth one is missing. So the missing one, you suppose that it is Y. Let's suppose that the fourth proportional is Y. You are going to find the fourth proportional. So how can you do it? 2 ratio 5 proportion 6 ratio Y. You can write it any variable, X, Y, Z, any variable you can write it, the missing value. So you suppose that the fourth proportional is y. What they are saying? What is the fourth proportional of 2 ratio 5 and 6? You know that the proportional we write it A ratio B proportion C ratio D. So means that A, B, C is given and the fourth one is missing. So how can you write it? 2 ratio 5 proportion 6 ratio y. So in place of y you can use any variable. So y I use here for unknown value for the fourth proportional. So in junior classes you already study it that these are called extreme, the outside values are called extreme and the middle two values are called mean. So means that in proportion, this is formula product of extreme. Product means multiplication of extreme, the outside value is equal to product of means that the middle two values. Product means multiplication of the middle value. So this is the formula for proportion to find the unknown value. You remember that product of extreme is equal to product of mean. So extreme is 2 multiply y is equal to mean is 5 multiply 6. So we get 2y is equal to 5 6 30. So 2 is multiplying here. When shifted at other side it will be divide. So 30 divided by 2 you get 15. So y is equal to 15. So means that the fourth proportion is 15. Fourth proportion is 15. You can check your answer. Look, if fourth proportion is 15, so 15 twos are 30 and 30 is equal to 30. So question number 2 solution is this. This is very important exercise. Mostly come questions in exam. Now come to question number 3. Question number 3 is find the mean proportional of 4 and 16. Means that they say that mean proportion means that the middle two values are missing. Mean is what? The middle two value. And extreme is what? The outside values. So outside values are given. Mean proportional missing means that the middle two values are missing. So we'll suppose that the middle value is y. So 4 ratio y proportion y ratio 16. So again the same formula, product of mean is equal to product of extreme, or you can say that product of extreme is equal to product of mean. So product of extreme is equal to product of mean. Extreme is 4 multiply 16 and mean is y multiply y. When y multiply 2 times, you get y square. 4 16s are 64 y square. You want to find the value of y. Here you have given y square. So what will you do to remove this square? We already done it in the previous exercise chapter, that taking to remove the square, what will we do? Taking square root on both sides. When you take square root, so square and square root cancel, you get y, and square root of 64 is 8. You can check it. 8 into 8, 8 power 2. So power 2 cancel with square, so you get 8. So this is the value of y. Now come to the next question, question number 4. A worker is paid rupees 22,130 for 6 days. Means that a worker pay for 6 days is this 2,130 rupees. If he has the total wage during a month is rupees, means that for 6 days his pay is this, and for 1 month his pay is 9,230. Find the number of days he worked in a month. You have to find the number of days. Look, how can you find the number of days? Money is directly proportion to the number of days. How? Direct proportion means that if one value increase, the other one automatically increase. So that is called direct proportion. For example, if he worked for more days, he will get more money. Means that If the number of days increase, automatically his pay is also increased. So this is called direct proportion. If one value increase, the other one automatically increase. So that is called direct proportion. So money is directly proportion to the number of days. From where we find this statement? From the question. In question you have given his 6 days pay is 2000 sorry 2130, and you are going to find it for um, and for month is this. So you are going to find that how many days he worked. For 6 days his pay is this. So money is directly proportional to the number of days. For direct proportion, the arrow will always go from smaller to greater. The arrowhead will be on the greater value. So 2130 for 6 days, 9230 for X days. We don't know about the days. We are going to find the days. Now, remember one thing. The arrow will go from smaller to greater. 6 days, 2000. Automatically, if it is 9000, so means that the number of days will also increase. So X should be some greater value from 6. So the arrowhead, where the arrowhead will go, we write the value from that. Look, it is go to X. So X divided by 6. Here it goes to 9000. So 9230 divided by 2130 means that always the greater when direct proportion. So greater divided by smaller equal to greater divided by small. Now 6 is divided here. If 6 is divided here, when shifted at other side, it will be multiply. So with your calculator, you multiply 9230 with 6, and what you get, that answer you divide it by 2130. So X value you will get 26 days. Means that he worked for 26 days in a month. 26 days pay is 9230 rupees. So this is called direct proportion. Now come to the next question. Next question is question number 5. Question number 5 is Uzair takes 75 steps to cover a distance of 50 meter. How much distance will be covered? 375 steps. Again, for 75 steps, 50 meter, you are going to find for 375 steps, the distance is unknown, so X meter. So again, this is direct proportion. If number of steps increases, the distance automatically increase. In the same way, here you write steps, here you write distance. 75 steps, 50 meter. 375 steps, X meter, and the arrowhead will be in the same way. So greater divided by smaller. So you will get automatically the distance for 375. So question number 5, you will do it by yourself. So in this exercise, what is your homework? Question number 1, second part, third part, fourth and sixth part, and question number 5. Because only 5 questions are included. The rest of the questions I already explained here. So question number 5, I also explain question number 5 that how you will do. You will write it number of steps directly proportion to the distance, and then here you write steps, here you write distance. 75 steps, 50 meter, 375 steps, X distance, and the arrowhead will be like this. And then you can easily do it. I already explained how to do. So now come to the next exercise. In next exercise in 6.3, again question number 1 to question number 5 is included. The included syllabus is from question number 1 to question number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And question number 5 included in your scheme of studies. Okay, so these questions are included. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 included in SOS. So according to SOS, these are included. So according to SOS, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 included in SOS. Question number 1. Question number 1 is, if a man can weave 450-meter cloth in 6 hours, how many meters of cloth can he weave in 14 hours? Again, direct proportion. Look, if the number of hours increases, the number of meters automatically increases. For 6 hours, 450 meters. So for 14 hours, automatically it will be more than 450. So X we don't know. Time is direct proportion to the work. How? From the statement we know. Look, if someone is working for 6 hours, and he, for example, weave 450 meter, so automatically if he work for 14 hours, so automatically the work will be more, the number of meter will be more. So time is direct proportion to the work. Here you write hours and here you write ratio with cloths. So for 6 hours, 450 meter. For 14 hours, you don't know about the meter, so you put X. Let the unknown value is X. Again, direct proportion. Number of hours increases, number of meters automatically increase. So the arrowhead will go from smaller to greater, smaller to greater. So greater is X, X divided by 450, and 14 divided by 6. 450 is divided with X. You are going to find the value of X when you shift it at other side. So automatically it will be multiply. So 14 multiply 450 divided by 6. So you will get the value of X, that is 1050 meters. So this is for 14 hours. So automatically you find the value of cloth in meter for 14 hours. So this is the required answer. You write it, the answer like this. Now come to the next question. Question number 2. Asma can iron 5 shirts in 14 minutes. How long will she take to iron 35 shirts? Again, this is direct proportion. How? Look, if in 14 minutes she iron 5 shirts, so automatically 35 shirts if she iron, so automatically the number of minutes will be increased, the work increase, the time automatically increase. 5 shirts in 14 minutes, 35 shirts, unknown minutes. Minutes must be more than 14. Why? Because in 14 minutes she can only iron 5 shirts. So in for 35 shirts, the number of minutes will be increased. So again, it is direct proportion. How we know that's direct proportion? Direct proportion means that if one value increase, the other one automatically increase. If the number of work increases, the number of minutes automatically increase. So this is called direct proportion. If one value increase, the other one automatically increase. So time is direct proportion to the work. So minutes and then shirts. For in 14 minutes, she iron how many shirts? 5 shirts. In X minutes, how many shirts she iron? 35 minutes, because 35 shirts, because we don't know about minutes, so we put X. Again, from smaller to greater, arrowhead will always to the greater number, smaller to greater. So when you write it in form of fraction of greater divided by smaller, the arrowhead will show that which one will come in the numerator. So x divided by 14, and the arrowhead will always go from greater to, sorry, smaller to greater. So x divided by 14, and here 35 divided by 5. So when you divide 35 by 5, 5 sevens are 35, 7 will come. 14 divide here when shifted at other side, so it will multiply. So 7 multiply 14, you get 98 minutes. So 98 minutes, you know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. So from 98 minutes, you subtract 60. So you will get 38 minutes. So 98 minutes, or you can write it 1 hour and 38 minutes. How you find 1 hour and 38 minutes? You know that in 1 hour, 60 minutes. So from 98, you subtract 60. When you subtract 60, it means that 60 means 1 hour, and 98 minus 60, you get 38. So 38 minutes. So she will take 1 hour and 38 minutes to iron 35 shirts. Now come to question number 3. Question number 3 is 540 men can construct a building in 7 months. How many men should be removed from work to finish the building in 9 months? Now this is not direct proportion. This is indirect proportion. How? Look, if the number of men is more, so the number of work will be done early. How? In 7 months, 540 men can complete a building in 7 months. If the same building, if you want to complete the number of months, if you want to increase, so if the number of months increase, so automatically the number of men will be decrease. The number of men increase, the number of months decrease. If one value is increasing and other one is decreasing, that is called indirect proportion. That is called indirect proportion. Up to question number 2 and previous exercise, we discussed the direct proportion. If one value increase, the other one automatically increase. Here, if one value is decrease, the other one increase. Look, 540 men, 7 months. When number of months increase, number of men should be decrease. So this is called indirect proportion. So you can say that number of men is indirect indirect proportion to number of months. So months ratio men. When 7 months, 540 men. When 9 months, automatically the number of men will be removed. Some will be removed from 540. So it will be X. Look, the arrowhead. Look at the arrowhead. Now this is indirect proportion to now in indirect proportion from greater to smaller. Indirect proportion from greater to smaller. Direct proportion from smaller to greater. Or you can put it like this if you don't want to put, if you want to do it in the same way. So indirect ratio. So in indirect ratio, the number of months increase, the number of person automatically decrease. Now from greater to smaller, look, the number of months decreases from 7 to increases from 7 to 9. So 9 is now the number of months, and this number of person will be decreases from 540 to X. So 7 over 9, X over 540. So 7 multiply with 540 and 9 multiply with X. So 7 into 540, you will get this 9 multiply with x when shifted at other side. So it will be divided 420. So means to remove 540 minus 420, that will be equal to 120 man. So means that 120 man is required to complete the work in 9 months. So this is the required answer. In this way, you have to solve the indirect ratio. Now come to the next question, question number 4. Asma can iron Asma can iron 5 shirts in 14 minutes. How long? I already discussed this question with you. Yeah. This is not question number 2. This is question number 4. Question number 2 is your homework. Question number 2 is if 162 kilometer long road can constructed in 9 months, then the number of months required to construct 306 kilometer. Again, it's direct proportion. Number of months increases, so the number of kilometers automatically increase. So question number 2, you do it by yourself. This is question number 4. By mistake here I write question number 2, so I already discussed this question with you. So question number 2 and question number 5, you do it by yourself. So this is your homework. Exercise 6.2, question number 1, second part. Question number 1, second part, third part, fourth and sixth part, and exercise 6.3, question number 2 and question number 5. Question number 2 and question number 5, you will do it by yourself. This is your homework. Question number 2 is again direct proportion. Number of kilometer increases, number of months increases, just like question number 1. And question number 5, 12 water pump can make a water tank empty in 20 minutes, but 2 pumps are out of order. How long will remaining pumps take to take empty? So means that again 12 water pump 20 minutes and 18 water to pump are out of order. So means that 12 minus 2, 10 water pump. So for 10 water pump, number of minutes automatically increase. This is also direct proportion. So you will do it by yourself. Inshallah, you can easily do. So 2 out of order means that the remaining water pumps are 10. So try to do it and share it with WhatsApp when you complete your homework. Take care. Allah Hafiz.